Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOBH's Kyle Richards shares update with Garcelle Beauvais after she doubled down on lesbian comment. Plus, insider claims Kyle is sick of being the bad guy and feels Dorit is stealing her thunder. Kyle Richards offered an update on where she stands with Garcelle Beauvais after her Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co-star doubled down on the "be a lesbian" comment she made against her on the show earlier this month. After Kyle, 56, said Garcelle, 58, was being an **** when she made the statement, prompting Garcelle to deny she was being malicious and confirm she does not take it back. Kyle, who has been linked to country singer Morgan Wade, 30, since splitting from Mauricio Umansky, 54, last year, confirmed their status. "We've talked about it since then. It is what it is, and we're good now, so it's fine," Kyle confirmed to TMZ while out in Los Angeles earlier this week. Then, when the outlet's photographer asked if she'd spoken to Garcelle, since she shaded her at **** dis as shady, Kyle revealed, "We have. We are all good," she insisted. In other RHOBH news, an insider has claimed that Kyle is getting sick of being the bad guy of season 14, which has chronicled the drama surrounding her communication with Paul P.K. Kemsley, 57, in the months that followed his separation from Dorit Kemsley, 48. Having known Kyle for years, it's definitely possible she's upset with Dorit for stealing her thunder on the screen, a source told Oak magazine on January 23, noting that Kyle thought the season would be about her and Mauricio's split, and the pictures of him kissing other women. When Dorit announced she was separating from her husband, she obviously would have to share screen time with the two storylines, the insider continued. Kyle is sick of being called the bad guy and was hopeful her breakup would paint her as a sympathetic character. Now it's as if Dorit is stepping on her toes by getting separated herself, the source went on. Everyone should be feeling sorry for Kyle, and now Dorit's going through it as well. According to the report, Dorit's storyline on season 14 doesn't sit well because there are now two sympathetic characters. So it's likely she's angry about that, the insider added. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 14 airs Tuesdays at 8/7 on Bravo. RHOBH's Kyle Richards shares update with Garcelle Beauvais after she doubled down on lesbian comment. Plus, insider claims Kyle is sick of being the bad guy and feels Dorit is stealing her thunder. The drama on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOBH, never seems to end, and it looks like the tension is reaching new heights this season. Kyle Richards, always at the center of the chaos, is making waves with her recent interactions, particularly with Garcelle Beauvais. The two stars' relationship has been strained by Garcelle's repeated comments that have been interpreted as dismissive and controversial, especially when she doubled down on her lesbian remark during a recent reunion episode. Now, the latest reports reveal that Kyle Richards is finally addressing the situation and the growing tension in her friendship with Garcelle. To make matters even more complicated, insider sources are claiming that Kyle feels increasingly frustrated with her role on the show, as well as her dynamic with fellow housewife Dorit Kemsley, who she allegedly feels is stealing her thunder. The Garcelle and Kyle saga, a relationship on the brink. Garcelle Beauvais has never been one to shy away from speaking her mind, and this season of RHOBH is no exception. During a heated conversation, Garcelle made a remark that sent shockwaves through the group, accusing Kyle of being somewhat lesbian in her demeanor, a comment that was not only received poorly by viewers, but also raised eyebrows within the group. While Kyle initially brushed it off with her usual charm, Garcelle doubled down, not backing down from her stance on the issue. In the past, Kyle has navigated similar conflicts with a mix of diplomacy and subtle frustration, but this time, insiders say she's getting tired of being misunderstood. It's like she's been labeled as the villain, And now Garcelle is just pushing her buttons, making her the target of this latest narrative, a source close to Kyle explained. She's really trying to be the peacemaker, but no one seems to appreciate it. The lesbian comment really hit a nerve. Kyle is done being cast as the villain of the show when that's not her intention. She feels like Garcelle is playing the victim card for the drama, and it's exhausting. Kyle has a reputation for being the steady, grounded one in the group, often acting as a mediator between the other ladies and insiders. Kyle is frustrated by how the narrative has shifted to focus on her being the bad guy. She's no longer willing to sit idly by while others take shots at her for the sake of stirring the pot. Garcelle, on the other hand, has been vocal about feeling marginalized and not receiving the support she deserves from some of her fellow cast members. She even accused Kyle of downplaying her experiences, which didn't sit well with the fan-favorite housewife. Garcelle feels that Kyle just doesn't get it, said the insider. She's convinced Kyle is being passive-aggressive with her, and that's why she keeps pushing buttons. It's getting to the point where the tension between them is palpable, and Kyle doesn't know how much more of it she can take. Kyle feels like the bad guy, and she's over it. A major issue that Kyle is facing right now is the ongoing narrative that she's the bad guy of the season. Over the years, Kyle has carved out a space for herself as the relatable, often self-deprecating personality who would rather smooth things over than stir the pot. But as the seasons have progressed, viewers have started to see a different side of her, a more outspoken and, at times, defensive version. The more Kyle tries to diffuse situations, the more she seems to get caught up in drama. "I don't think Kyle wants to be painted as the villain," said the source. "She's tired of constantly being the one who has to apologize or be the fall guy. She's been through so much with her family, her marriage, and her personal life. Now, she feels like she's being dragged into petty squabbles for the sake of the show, and it's taking a toll on her." In fact, insiders claim that the pressure of always being the peacemaker is beginning to wear on Kyle. She's starting to feel like no matter what she does, she'll always be painted as the villain, the source continued. Even when she tries to stand up for herself, people accuse her of being a bad guy. It's really frustrating for her. Dorit Kemsley, the shadow Kyle feels she's living in to add fuel to the fire. Kyle is allegedly growing increasingly frustrated with the attention that her co-star Dorit Kemsley is receiving this season. According to multiple sources, Kyle feels as though Dorit is stealing her thunder. As the spotlight shifts towards Dorit's glamorous lifestyle, family drama, and fashion-forward persona. While Kyle has always been a strong presence on RHOBH, she's finding it difficult to maintain her footing with Dorit's rising star status. Kyle is used to being the one who is always at the center of the action, but this season it's like Dorit has become the new it girl of the show, a close friend of Kyle revealed. Dorit's outfits, her family dynamics, her perfect life narrative, people are more interested in that than Kyle's storyline. It's kind of like Dorit is taking over, and Kyle feels like she's being pushed aside. While Dorit is known for her glamorous appearance and high-end lifestyle, this season she has also stepped up in terms of creating storylines that capture attention. Her family drama, including her recent arguments with her husband PK and navigating her children's growing pains, has kept her in the public eye. This shift in the group's dynamic has reportedly left Kyle feeling sidelined, and insiders claim she's struggling to find her place. Kyle has always been the backbone of RHOBH, and this season, it seems like Dorit is getting more airtime, more attention, and more praise, the insider said. Kyle's not the type to compete with others, but she can't help but feel like her position on the show is at risk, and it's making her insecure. A showdown on the horizon? Despite the mounting tensions between Kyle and Garcelle, as well as the frustrations she's feeling with Dorit's growing popularity, Kyle is said to be determined to stay true to herself. "She's not going anywhere," said the source. Kyle knows how to handle herself in the drama, and even if it means being caught in the middle of a rivalry, she's not backing down. She's tough, and she's in it for the long haul. As the season unfolds, it seems clear that Kyle's frustration with her role as the bad guy and her feelings of being overshadowed by Dorrit will only intensify. Whether or not she can patch things up with Garcelle remains to be seen, but it's evident that Kyle is reaching a breaking point, and fans can expect some fireworks as these issues continue to unfold. For now, RHOBH viewers will have to stay tuned to see how Kyle Richards navigates the turbulent waters of the Beverly Hills social scene, and whether or not she can finally shed her bad guy persona for good.